3 weeks ago, I was productive, happy, and high on life and super motivated. But yesterday morning, I woke up with a serious allergic reaction. My face was all swelled up. It was not a pretty image. 3 weeks ago, I had a swollen lymph node that soon became 3 times the size that it should have been. And then they put me on steroids that I unfortunately happened to be very allergic to. I went home yesterday and I said to my mom, how am I supposed to give a speech about productivity and happiness when that is not the way I feel at all? And she said, Addie, you have completely proven your point. For the past few weeks, I have been very unproductive, laying in bed, not doing anything, and my happiness levels have plummeted. I'm convinced that because I was physically incapable of productivity, my happiness levels plummeted. I am now here to convince you that it is easier to be happy when you live a productive life. Now, there's a serious problem in America, and we have an increasing level of depression and anxiety. The Mental Health of America listed a statistics that said that before COVID-19, 19% of adults experienced mental illness. This was an additional 1.5 million people. Now imagine how these numbers have soared after COVID-19. Because of COVID, we've been shut down and not been able to socialize or be productive like we used to, and this is critical to our happiness. And I know that you're sick of hearing it, but the second issue that I see is the amount of screen time that we're spending on our phones. The survey we took in class showed that 61% of us spend an above average number of hours on our phone every day, and almost all of us who answered above average procrastinate. This shows that phones waste time. I know that we spend time scrolling through pointless videos and comparing ourselves to others, which is completely detrimental to our happiness. The final issue that I'm going to address is the pressure that young adults face when considering their futures. Now, in college, we're all expected to have a future plan, and we get asked about it all the time, and I feel like this places a serious amount of pressure and affects our happiness in a negative way. Developmental psychobiologist Emma Adams said, loneliness and uncertainty about the future are major stressors for adolescents and young adults who are striving to find their places in the world, both socially and in terms of education and work. Now, these reasons add up, and it may all seem scary and detrimental, but I am here to offer and encourage you to use the following solutions. I know that we can find happiness through productivity. The first solution is to find your sense of pride and accomplish the little things. In 2014, War Admiral William McRaven said, if you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished your first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task. He goes on to say that when you come home to a made bed, you remember the satisfaction from the beginning of the day, even if your day was miserable. Remember to do the little things. On the survey, I asked you guys how you guys felt after a productive day, and the word I found the most was accomplished. I know that when we acknowledge the small victories, we feel happier. My second solution is to put your phone away. I know that it's difficult, but I think a small solution is to turn off your notifications. We are classically conditioned to reach for our phones when they buzz, and we get an endorphin release every time we get in a notification. So by turning our notifications off, we can break the habit of grabbing our phones. Another solution is to have a friendly competition. Record your hours for a week with a friend, and at the end of the week, whoever had more hours on the phone has to buy the other one dinner or lunch, just to incentivize it so that you're not spending as much time on your phone. Now, my personal solution to stress about the future is God, because I believe that with God, I don't have to really worry about my future because I trust Him, but we may see differently. So my final solution is to live in the present. One of my favorite authors, C.S. Lewis, wrote, nearly all vices are rooted in the future. Gratitude looks to the past and love to the present. Fear, avarice, lust, and ambition look ahead. Find love in the present. I think it's important to step back and ask yourself, is what I'm doing in this moment going to be beneficial to my happiness? For example, the public speaking class I'm taking right now wasn't really something I wanted to do because I love public speaking, because there's literally, I'd rather be any other place but here. But I knew that when I took this class that my brain would be learning, and a learning brain is a productive brain. And from this speech, we know that a productive brain is a happy brain. I know that we're all stressed for our finals and our future and our careers, And when we tend to stress too much, we tend to shut down, and that deletes our productivity. So yes, I believe that there is a problem in America with depression and anxiety, but I know that productivity will create happiness. Some solutions are to acknowledge the little things. I know that when we accomplish the little things, that we can put trust in ourselves to accomplish the big things, and that we will be more happy. Number 2 is to put your phone away. I know that it's difficult, especially in COVID-19, and it's really cliche, but just talk to a real person and have human interaction. Number 3 is to live in the present and enjoy every moment and not take anything for granted. I'd like to leave you with a quote from a 1986 LDS conference. Jack Goslin said, "Striving for happiness is a long, hard journey with many challenges. It requires eternal vigilance to win the victory. You cannot succeed with sporadic little flashes of effort. Constant and valiant living is necessary." Thank you.